Okay guys, we are live officially. Apa khabar? Harap semua okey, sihat. Kita tunggu orang masuk Kita tunggu orang masuk. We'll wait for people to come in. Let me just turn on the lights and yeah. Hello. Okay, if you are first time here, please tell us. Hi Ismadi, how are you? Apa khabar? Can you hear me? Oh, saya lupa letak mic lah. Kena pasang mic dulu. Pasang mic. Okay, ini dia mic. Okay, halo Roger, boleh dengar? Loud and clear Terima kasih Ismadi. How are you? Okay, as a starter, as we are waiting for people to come in, we're going to talk about the Proton iriz today, Proton persona. We're going to talk about the VW Arteon. Hi Chad, how are you? Okay, let me just turn on my live for, what do you call it? TikTok. Okay, please tell us which Proton car have you driven before? Sila bagi tahu kereta Proton yang mana yang anda pernah bawa. Semua orang pernah bawa kereta Proton lah. Kereta Proton mana yang pernah anda bawa? Itu yang saya nak tahu. Sebab hari ni kita cakap pasal Proton kan. So tell us which model of Proton have you driven or have you owned? Yang pernah anda bawa atau pernah anda memiliki ya. There are 9 of you. I only see 2 or 3 person. Oh, Ismadi, Iswara, Saga, Wira, Gen 2. Gen 2 teruk lah. Second hand value Second hand value Gen 2 teruk. Saya nak tengok macam mana nak share saya punya link. Tapi saya tak tahu. Sekejap I'm just checking how I can share this link. Okay, too bad. I don't know. Okay guys, if you have any questions, you can actually ask me. Kalau ada apa-apa soalan, boleh tanya saya sekarang. Sementara saya buka saya punya TikTok live. Siapa yang belum ikut? Anyone who has not followed us on TikTok live, TikTok, please follow us. I love Melaka. I love Melaka. Let me just get it right on TikTok. Okay. TikTok live is easier to set up than untuk YouTube Okay, kita akan bincang pasal Proton iriz yang baru. Sementara kita tunggu orang masuk, kita simbang pasal kereta Proton Ya, masih Encik Ismadi masih ada kereta Gen 2 ke? Masih memiliki kereta Gen 2? Siapa ni? Cik Zim je. Berapa umur? Belum kahwin lagi. Masih muda. Jangan main-main. Okey, saya check saya punya live sama ada clear atau tidak. Saya nak tengok. Masih kalau masih memiliki Gen 2 okey tak apa. Yang masa nak jual tu. Memiliki Gen 2 okey tak apa. Yang masa nak jual tu. Gen 2 okey tak apa. Okey. Okey, nampak clear. Okay. Yeah, the Gen 2 is quite nice to drive. It's quite nice to drive. I still remember the very funny shape. What do you call it? The tombol-tombol Tombol-tombol dia agak bulat dan agak unik sikit lah. Okay, kita tengok iris dulu Mana gambar-gambar iris saya? Masa saya bagi tahu kereta Proton yang saya pernah miliki, mula-mula Proton Wira. Lepas tu Proton Perdana V6. Pernah bawa Iswara, Waja, Perdana biasa. Pernah bawa itu sajalah. Wira Aerobag, Wira Aerobag. Saya Abang Zim ataupun Cik Zim. Saya tak nampak gambar profil kecil sangat. Saya tengah bawa kereta Nissan Tiana, ada CR-V. Dalam keluarga ada Jazz, ada CR-V. Bawa Myvi juga, keluarga ada Myvi. Okey, saya tunjuk sikit Tunjuk sikit Proton Iris yang baru. Mana dia? Okey, ini iris baru yang biasa This is the standard spec iris baru facelift. Facelift kali ketiga baru dilancarkan berapa hari? 3 hari lepas. Hari ni berapa? 8 hari bulan. 5 hari bulan So yang ini akan akan dijual ada 3 spek, ada standard, executive dan active. So saya tunjukkan. Saya tunjukkan harga-harga dia. Mana harga dia? Okey. Iris datang dengan 5 tahun warranty ataupun 150 km. Okay, Iris comes with a 5-year warranty or 150,000 kilometers. Ada 5 tahun data package, 1 gig sebulan, and 3 kali je. Free service labor 3 kali 3 times free labor untuk Proton Iris. Honda Civic 2.0 FD berapa? Tahun berapa? Encik John Steven. Kat TikTok tahun berapa? Okey, kita mula dengan harga 1.3 punya Iris Iris 1.3, kita mula dengan harga dia 41,000. 41,000. 1.3 Kereta Iris sudah dari tahun 2014 tau. 2014. Tak boleh lah Encik Zim, tak boleh test drive Iris dan Persona sebab showroom tutup. Jangan main-main Miss Risumi. Jangan main-main. So 1.3 harga 41,000. Lepas 1.3 spec 1.6. Iris Executive 1.6 48,000. 48,000. 48,000. Lepas tu lagi satu yang paling mahal lah, Iris paling mahal. Iris 1.6 Active 55,000. 55,000. 55,000. Nampak tak orang kat TikTok? Okay. So saya tunjukkan kereta dia I show you the cars. Mana kereta dia? Okay. Ini rupa Iris yang biasa. So whether you buy the 1.3 or 1.6 executive, this is the car that you will get. Ini kereta yang anda akan dapat. Okay. Kalau kita beli yang aktif saya tunjukkan yang aktif. Yang cantik kat dalam TV, yang dalam advertisement tu semua adalah aktif. Dia bukan spek biasa. Ini dia aktif. Tapi saya rasa aktif susah sikit lah untuk saya lah. Ini dia aktif. nampak dia ada atas roda dia ada cladding warna hitam. Ada plastik warna hitam atas roda. Lepas tu dia punya depan ada warna perak. There's a very big silver kind of garnish on the front grille. Silver front grille garnish. So ini rupa dia, saya tunjukkan kereta ini depan. Dia punya grill depan dah di facelift macam X50 lah. Konon X50 baby. Yeah. And then belakang dia boring sikit. Belakang dia macam biasa lah. Macam biasa, the back is like normal. Just like the current iriz. Okay, ini adalah iriz yang biasa. Executive dan standard. Executive dan standard macam ni. Rim dia pun boring sikit. Okay, ini dia. Lebih kurang sama macam sekarang. Kecuali ada line merah. Dia tukar rim saja. They just change the rims. Bentuk rupa kereta semua sama je. Bumper depan ada tukar sikit lah. A bit of a change in the front bumpers. Okay, bumper depan ada tukar sikit. Oh, sorry, belum pukul 8. Kejap Saya jawab satu soalan dulu. Ada orang tanya, Civic FD tahun 2010 berapa harga? Saya bukan second hand salesman tau. Saya car reviewer. Tapi saya check untuk anda. 2010, saya beli 2011. Bukan, 2009. Kita ada satu 2009 kat rumah. Dululah. Orang lain tak bawa kereta Proton ke? Hanya Encik Ismadi yang bawa kereta Proton? Okey, boleh bagi tahu kita, sharing dengan kita. Kereta Proton mana yang anda pernah bawa? Kereta Proton mana yang pernah anda bawa? 2010. Okey, Cik. Siapa ni? Mr. John Steven tanya Civic FD tahun 2010. Saya tunjukkan. You can actually go to Muda Car List and check the pricing of the car. Let me just, mana dia punya tahun? 49,000. Kalau 2.0 lah. Mr. John Steven 2.0. You go to Car List, you can check 49,800. Mileage 80,000. Lebih kurang macam tu lah. Kalau anda nak cari yang 1.8, boleh check 1.8. So about 48,000, Mr. John Steven. I hope I answer your question. Hello, Alan. How are you? We are going to talk about the Proton Iris, Proton Persona, Volkswagen Arteon today. We are also going to talk about, kita pun akan bincang pasal Honda dealership, semua dealer-dealer yang bakal mungkin akan tutup. Sebab banyak kerja tak boleh dibuat, sudah 2 bulan, so banyak orang sudah kena cari kerja lain. And last sebelum kita tutup malam ni, kita akan cakap pasal model-model yang akan datang. Okay, so ada apa-apa soalan boleh tanya je. You're welcome, Mr. John Steven. Hello, Encik Nazar, Encik Hazim, Mr. Drager, Mr. Ting, hi. Mr. Ting, I saw your message. You're from Penang. Penang Lang. Penang Lang are all Honda and Toyota fan, correct? I see more Honda than Toyotas in Penang lah, when I go, because of car motors. Harga Iris dah murah sikit, tapi kena ingat bahawa Iris adalah kereta lama tau. Kereta Iris is from 2014. Okay, kalau kita banding dengan kereta, katakan Myvi is new technology with all the advanced technology like safety features like ADAS, macam ada banyak-banyak ABS, EBD. In fact, Iris pun tak ada EBD tau. AEB, sorry. EBD pula. AEB. So, kurang sikit. Kita cakap pasal teknologi sistem iriz kurang sedikit walaupun dia mempunyai NCAP 5 star, selamat, tapi itu masa crash. Tapi safety system sebelum crash tak ada untuk iriz. Ya, lawa. Siapa yang lawa? Cik Nazar. Kita iriz lawa. Boleh beli ya, boleh beli. Honda HR-V ke Proton X50, mana lebih bagus? Kalau nak jimat duit, beli X50 lah. Tapi dari segi masuk workshop, mungkin kemungkinan X50 akan masuk workshop lebih kali daripada CR-V sebab X50 dia ada masalah-masalah kecil di mana macam nombor satu adalah screen dia lah, selalu software kena update software update. Lagi satu adalah dia punya barang-barang kecil lah. Bukan CR-V bukan tak ada masalah, CR-V pun ada. Kita punya CR-V kat rumah pun kena masuk. Tapi yang baik pasal Honda adalah dia akan secara sukarela Honda will voluntarily recall the cars back when they find issues that are common on other cars. But Proton not yet lah, I have not heard. Because Proton has got too many cars in the market. Proton telah menjual lebih kereta kat luar, so maka dia belum dapat selesai masalah-masalah di service center lagi. So bagi Proton lagi 4-5 tahun supaya dia boleh betulkan dia punya operasi service center, then lepas tu baru dia akan lebih bagus macam Honda. Honda also took about 4-5 years to improve their service center before they could be so efficient. Kalau sekarang anda hantar kita masuk Honda, memang cepat, memang bagus. Dulu kalau kita katakan tahun 2004-2005, about 15 tahun lepas, saya hantar Honda Accord saya masuk service center, pening kepala. HR-V ataupun X50, tunggu HR-V yang baru, Cik Zim. Tunggu HR-V yang baru. Mr. Teng, the new Persona comes with the exact same CVT, no change. Engine is the same, technicals are the same. So the only changes are the front bumper and the back bumper. Yeah, I will show you the new and old Persona, the MC1 and the MC2. Shortly, I'll show you on the photos. Yeah, I think we can start lah. Saya rasa kita boleh Adam, kau ingat kita apa? Cari jodoh ke? 40 lebih lah, 40 lebih. Okay, I'll show you the difference between the MC1 and MC2 on the Persona. Government bodies are phasing out the Perdana 2016 Accord base. Any problem we should know? The 2016 Accord, is it the Accord Dana? Acer, Area 51. Let me double confirm. 2016 should be the Accord Dana kan? Kalau di Accord Dana dia sama dengan Honda Accord saja. Kita cek Proton Perdana 2016. Perdana. But the government cars should be quite well maintained sebab dia orang ada kontrak kan. Dia orang ada kontrak for maintenance. So kereta tak ada Proton Perdana kat Kalis. Salah. Dia. Proton. Okey, betul lah. Yang 2016 adalah Accord Dana. So somebody asked on YouTube that is 2016 Accord Dana, ada apa-apa issue. I think this car has got not much issue. In fact, the second value for this car is quite bad. 60,000 boleh dapat ni. 58 je. 58,000 on Kalis. 58,000 di Kalis. So if it's a government car, but you must know how to check lah. Please refer to sila tengok video macam mana nak check kereta terpakai, ringkas. Di mana saya buat dengan MyV hari tu, MyV kan. So I made a short video on how to check your used car before you buy. How to check. So just check out that video on MyV. Okey, apa model lain yang perdana kereta Proton yang anda semua pernah pakai? Okey, saya akan mulakan dengan secara official. Saya tunjukkan Proton Iris dulu. I will start with the Proton Iris. I'll show you a bit of history of the Proton Iris. Okey, ini adalah Proton Iris masa launching first time 2014. This is the first Iris launched in 2014, 2014. Lepas tu dia facelift 2019. Ini dia facelift. Okay, Iris facelift, first facelift. And then this is your current facelifted Iris lah. So yang ni aktif. Kalau dia yang biasa, yang facelift biasa sekarang, muka dia macam ni. This is the current facelifted standard and executive model. Terima kasih. Halo. Perdana tak banyak masalah ni. Ni ada owner ke? Encik Sepat Kering. Adakah anda owner Proton Perdana ataupun dinamakan Aquadana? Okay, so saya tunjukkan I'll show you the Iris standard and executive facelift first. Saya akan tunjukkan apakah facelift yang telah dibuat. Dari bahagian depan, anda boleh nampak bahawa dari bahagian depan, bumper dia telah ditukar. Bumper, grill dia ada satu highlight merah macam X50 lah. Lampu sama. Bonnet sama. Fender sama. Lepas tu dia punya rim. Dia tukar rim Tukar rim. Lepas tu sebelah tepi ini tepi. Hello. Ini tepi dia. Tepi dia pula sama. Hanya rim yang dah tukar. Lain tak ada. Lepas tu yang belakang, apa yang tukar? Tak ada barang yang tukar. Bawah bumper dia hanya ada satu highlight warna merah saja. Tambah highlight warna merah. That's all. Ini adalah versi aktif. This is the active facelift. So aktif nampak lebih sporty lah. So aktif dia ada spoiler kat atas. Kat bawah bumper dia ada warna perak. Right? You can see the grey or rather the silver lining. And then kat depan pun sama. Bahagian depan, bumper dia ada warna perak lah. Highlight warna perak. Lepas tu bumper dia lain daripada spec, model, executive dan standard. Hello brother Kojak. Berapa gaji YouTuber? Bergantung pada views anda. Dia bukan bergantung pada subscriber tau. Bergantung pada views anda. So gaji saya bulan ni boleh makan Maggi sajalah. Boleh makan Maggi. Tak boleh makan nasi kandar, tak boleh makan nasi ganja, semua tak boleh. Okey, kalau kita tengok sebenarnya kita boleh katakan bahawa Iris telah meniru Iris copied a bit of the Axia. Ini adalah Axia style. This is Axia style. Nampak mirip. Depan ada warna perak, cladding sebelah atas warna atas tayar. So itu dia Iris lah. Iris aktif Dari segi harga untuk Proton Iris harga. Mana harga dia? Ini highlight merah di bumper. Di bumper dia highlight warna merah, nampak? Can you see the highlight? The red highlights macam X50 lah, dia tiru sikit. So ini dibagi pada apa ni? Pada Iris lah daripada X50. Mana harga dia? Saya cari harga dia. Tadi kita dah kata permulaan, in the beginning we have already said Okey, kita tunjuk warna dulu. Warna yang ada untuk iris. Banyak warna tau. Many colours putih, perak, dark grey. Ini semua dah biasa dah, dah lama, color lama. And then biru. Biru macam X50 lah, the X50 blue. And then you have the red, warna merah, warna orange. Dan yang aktif saya rasa warna merah dia lain sikit. For the active model, I think the red is a bit slightly different. Slightly different than the current one. So engine dia sama bang. Miss Risumi. Sama. Engine dia sama. Tak ada apa yang tukar. Sebenarnya saya sedih. Kenapa? Sebab dulu Iris pernah buat konsep. Kalau Iris buat konsep, dia ikut konsep kereta dia macam ni, mesti banyak orang beli. Tengok. Ni konsep 2017 ke berapa entah. Tengok konsep. Di konsep car, sebenarnya dia harus copy yang ni dah jadi dah. Dia kalau copy macam ni, mesti banyak orang beli. Betul tak? Do you like this? Do you prefer this to the current active? I would think so. Tengok lampu dia garang. Kan? I think with the Geely's backing, I think they can actually do it. But unfortunately, sorry lah. Tengok lampu belakang ni. Dia punya LED macam BMW tau. LED dia sekeping. Bukan macam sekarang punya lampu. So sedih. Bahawa dia tidak menggunakan dia punya kereta konsep. Tengok dalam dia. This is the interior, proposed interior for the concept car. Dia punya steering ada warna orange, dia punya screen kat tengah tu macam Tesla tau. Jangan main-main. Macam Tesla. So they have a very big vertical screen. Unfortunately, they did not take dia tak ambil yang ni. And then you look at the meter Saya buka besar sikit. If you look at the meters, these are digital meter tau. They never follow this blueprint. Kalau dia ikut blueprint yang macam ni, memang bagus. Halo, Mr. Chang Cui. Mandi kah? Chang Cui. Okay, so that is itu dia untuk Proton Iris Untuk Proton Iris. Untuk persona, mana saya punya gambar kat persona ni? Okey, kita cakap pasal persona dulu. Apa yang lain daripada persona? Sama lah. 5 years warranty, 150,000. Okey, 5 tahun warranty ataupun 150,000 kilometer. And then 5 years free for data, 1 gig. Dan 3 times free labor lah. 3 kali free labor, iaitu 1,000, 5,000 dan 10,000 lah kalau tak salah. Okey. Harga persona pula Mana harga persona ni? Dah hilang. Okey, persona kita mula daripada sini. Yang paling murah, kita cakap yang murah dulu. Yang ni. Paling murah adalah 1.6 standard Standard CVT. Berapa harga dia? 46,000. Tak nampak. Okey, 46,000. Persona yang baru facelift 1.6 standard 46,000. Lepas standard adalah executive 51,000. And then naik pada yang premium Premium ialah 56,000. Okey, pada yang telah miss Persona Black Edition boleh beli yang ni facelift. Okey. Ada 3 versi saja untuk Persona. Persona tak banyak yang tukar. Yang tukar adalah dia punya roof lining. Yang tukar adalah lampu kat tengah tu. The middle light dia tukar daripada tengah, dia tukar ke depan. Okey, yang tengah dulu warna kuning lampu kuning. Sekarang ke depan adalah lampu LED lah. So ini rupa Persona yang baru. This is the new Persona. Kalau korang nampak kat tepi jalan pun tak tahu yang bawa ni yang baru. Apa yang tukar? Bumper depan, rim, grill depan, itu saja. Ya. Ni dalam dia. Persona kalau dalam, kalau yang eksekutif tu, eksekutif premium, kulit dia macam X70. Di interior is like X70 lah. And then lepas tu dia punya sini kalau dari segi dashboard, apa yang ditukar? Dia tukar bahagian aircon saja. Aircon tu dulu kat tepi kan, kat tepi sini dengan kat tepi sini. Sekarang dia kat bawah dan dia ada floating screen. So there's a floating screen at the top. So apa yang kita dapat dengan persona yang baru dapat voice control macam Proton X70 kan. Tapi dia boleh buat 2-3 barang je. Control aircon, buka power window driver dan lagi satu adalah radio. 3 barang je. Voice command. Itu dia menang Myvi lah. Selain daripada itu saja yang ada. Seat fabric. Okay, seat fabric untuk standard dan eksekutif. Hanya untuk eksekutif premium dapat seat macam X70 lah, warna pirang. Okay, ini adalah interior untuk iriz. Lebih kurang sama. The interior for iriz and persona is almost the same. Dia tukar aircon juga dengan aircon dengan screen lah, floating screen. Tapi seat iriz dah ditukar kepada fabric untuk standard dan eksekutif. Yang eksekutif premium yang mahal tu dia dapat macam mana saya tunjuk. Yang ni lama. Ini lama. Nampak tak? Ni screen lama. This is the old screen for the iriz and the persona, and they have changed to the floating screen lah, yang saya baru tunjukkan tadi tu. Yang ni. So tengok yang ni baru Yang baru, yang lama. Nampak tak? Yang lama macam ni. So itu saja. Dashboard semua sama. Dia hanya pada ruang yang aircon tu dia modify sikit. Itu saja persona. Dari segi lain semuanya sama. Seat fabric untuk 2 model yang bawah, yang ke atas dapat yang X70. Anda dapat satu apa tu? Dekat center console. Anda dapat center console. Yang lama tak ada center console. Persona yang baru dapat center console. Yang lain seat panda. Dulu persona dia punya seat adalah two tone, putih dengan warna grey. Sekarang semua hitam. Senang, semua hitam. Everything is black. Saya tak ada gambar kat sini lah, sebab gambar dekat phone lagi satu. Okay, so that's all for persona and iriz. Iriz ada ni. This is iriz. Only for iriz active Iriz active datang dengan seatbelt merah. Jangan main-main tu. And then lepas tu kalau tengok dekat pintu, sebelah pintu, dia ada perkataan huruf aktif dalam warna merah. Okay. Selain daripada itu je lah. Iriz yang aktif dia ada highlight warna merah dekat dia punya center console kat bawah tu, tempat gear, tempat handbrake, dia ada highlight warna merah. Dekat depan, dekat gear, nampak warna merah. Fui. Garang boleh tahan lah. And then dia punya gear knob tukar X70 CBU punya gear knob. And then dia ada eco mode, dia ada boleh turn off dia punya ESC dan parking sensor kat depan boleh tutup. So itu saja. Ini rupa dia lah. Rupa seat iriz. Ni dia punya lampu LED kat depan untuk persona dari tengah warna kuning dikedepankan. Tapi untuk cermin ni dulu untuk iriz adalah frameless. Sekarang dia balik fashion lama. Dia ada plastik warna hitam. So that is the downgrade lah. Tapi dia bagi satu USB di belakang rearview mirror supaya anda boleh letak jack untuk dashcam. So free lah untuk dashcam. And then dia ada 3 USB kat depan untuk letak handphone. 3 USB kat depan and then 2 USB kat belakang. Tapi kat belakang tak ada aircon Iris tak ada aircon. Persona pun tak ada kalau betul. Kalau saya rasa. Okey, dia ada highlight warna merah. Kalau beli yang Iris aktif, dia ada highlight warna merah tepi aircon tu. Apa lagi? Ini rupa dia. Depan dan belakang. Dan bawah, atas dan bawah. Okey, itu saja gambar yang saya ada untuk Proton Iris dan Persona. Tak banyak ditukar lah sebab kereta dah lama and then sales tak bagus. So dia hanya tukar bumper-bumper supaya untuk boleh dapat sikit sales lah, curi sikit sales daripada orang, daripada Beza dan daripada Myvi. So kalau anda tahu 5 kereta yang dijual di Malaysia, setiap 5 kereta yang dijual di Malaysia, satu daripada 5 kereta tu adalah Myvi. Jangan main-main, 20% tau. Myvi control 20% of the car sales in Malaysia. That is, itulah begitu banyak Myvi di Malaysia. So pada kawan-kawan yang nak beli kereta supaya nak simpan lama lah sampai tua, you should buy a Myvi because the Myvi spare part will be much cheaper. Because mass production mah. So seperti yang saya kata, bila nak cari kereta second hand, cari kereta yang di mana model dia banyak. So seperti yang contoh yang saya bagi adalah Toyota Harrier. Walaupun Toyota Harrier is not an official car in Malaysia, but because the number of Toyota Harriers are more than 1,000 in Malaysia, there are many parts, dealers will bring in the parts for Toyota Harrier. So kena cari kereta yang macam tu. Jangan beli kereta rare. Engkau beli kereta Renault Kangoo, beli kereta macam Renault Fluence, pecah kepala, mesti pecah. Spare part mahal. Okey, itu dia Iris dan Persona. Ada apa-apa soalan tak? Any questions for Iris and Persona? Kita tunggu nak test drive tapi kita dah tahu rasa dia. They claim that where's my friend there? Mr. Ting. They claim that the CVT for Persona, they have calibrated the so-called the gear ratios. I don't know. I have to drive the car to be able to tell you whether they actually improve the gear ratios. Otherwise, everything remains the same. The body, the chassis, the engine specs, all the same. Only exterior changes lah. Hanya modifikasi dari segi luaran saja. Okey. Okey, ada siapa lagi yang bawa kereta Proton tak dulu? Kita cakap pasal silam-silam last time kan. Kereta Proton setiap orang, setiap rumah mesti ada. Tapi sedih sekarang yang nak beli kereta Proton semua nak tengok ke atas, iaitu X50, X70. Kereta yang murah semua dah lama. Betul tak? Untuk Proton Ada apa-apa soalan? Anybody? Any questions? Kita relax je lah, santai. Minum air sekejap Okey, kalau tak ada kita teruskan dengan ada. Apa itu? HRV 2022. Nanti aku cerita. Aku cerita pasal Honda dulu sebelum aku cerita pasal Honda HRV. Sedang bawa Proton 14 tahun, Encik Atul. Protonnya apa? Model apa, bang? Myvi boleh? Boleh. Myvi bagus. Boleh dengar tak orang TikTok? Boleh dengar. Can you hear me? People from TikTok, is it very clear? Okay, kita tengok Volkswagen Arteon Oh, Saga. Saga okey. Banyak repair tak Saga? Kalau tak bawa jauh, okeylah Saga. In fact, the current Saga yang sekarang ni agak cantik juga 38,000. Tak payah susah-susah. Okey, ini dia Volkswagen Arteon Volkswagen Arteon, saya tunjuk harga dulu. I show you the price for the Arteon first. Okey, semalam ada orang tanya pasal Volkswagen Arteon berbanding dengan BMW 320i, BMW X1, Mercedes GLA, GLB. So ini harga Arteon Harga Arteon adalah 248,000. Saya tunjuk kereta dululah. Tunjuk harga pun tak ada makna. Ini kereta dia. Kereta seksi Nampak kereta seksi. Fuyo, jangan main-main Memang best, nampak tak? Memang cantik kereta ni. Kereta ni memang cantik. Ini merupakan sebuah kereta sedan yang saya sangat-sangat enjoy masa bawa. Sebab kereta dia punya ride handling and comfort memang best. Kalau nak beli BMW, kalau nak beli Mercedes ataupun Volvo, sila test drive kereta ni dulu sebelum bawa. Sebab lepas bawa kereta ni, korang mesti beli kereta ni. Takkan, walaupun Mercedes, BMW bagus Thank you. Walaupun Mercedes, BMW nama lebih bagus, tapi kereta ni lebih baloi. Okey. Kita tengok harga dia 248,600 plus 700 lah. Okey. Pada harga ni, apa yang anda dapat? Anda dapat kereta dengan enjin 280 PS, 350 Nm torque. Kita cakap pasal BMW lah. BMW 320i 290,000, tetapi enjin dia kurang. Enjin dia lebih kurang 250 PS saja. Ini 280. Tapi BMW punya torque lebih tinggi. BMW punya torque 400, yang ni 350. And then dia ada, yang ni ada 7 speed DSG. Kalau BMW saya tak tahu sama ada 7 ataupun 8 speed. Tapi dari segi gearbox, BMW menang lah. Sebab BMW guna gearbox yang tahan lasak. Okey. Kita tengok apa yang ada di dalam Volkswagen Arteon ni. Dia ada 7 airbag. Dia ada adaptive chassis control, dia ada 360 camera, dia ada ambient lighting 30 kereta warna ambient lighting. Lepas tu dia ada infotainment 9 inci, and then dia ada 3 zone climatic control. Dia ada nak buka boot pakai kaki je, tak payah pakai tangan. Okay, easy open, easy close. And then dia ada macam apa nama tu? Bucket seat, tapi dia bukan betul-betul bucket seat lah. And then LED headlights, daytime running lights. Dia ada front and back sensor. Harman Kardon sound system Premium Harman Kardon sound system, 700 watts, 700 watt lah. Meletup And then dia ada satu subwoofer dekat tayar spare kat belakang. Dia ada rain sensor, dia ada banyak-banyak safety assistance, dia ada side assist, lane assist. Tapi dia tak ada macam Myvi, dia tak ada ADAS. Dia bukan macam X50. Kalau masuk ADAS semua, kereta ni dah 300,000 dah. And then dia ada sport steering, start stop, tire pressure monitoring, USB ada 3 biji, Volkswagen digital cockpit, wireless, app connect. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, tak payah pakai wire. Wireless, memang best. Tapi BMW pun wireless kalau tak salah. Okey, 248,000. Kalau saya nak beli kereta sedan, saya ada duit macam ni, saya pilih Arteon daripada nak pilih BMW 320i ataupun Mercedes C200. Tapi sekarang dah tak ada C200 dah. Kita tengah tunggu C-Class yang baru We are waiting for the new C-Class. This is the latest from the Mercedes website that I just checked about probably half an hour ago. The price is for C300. Yesterday somebody was talking about buying the facelifted E-Class. But this is C lah. Okay, apa harga dia? 291, nampak? 291. Apa engine yang kita dapat? Kena buka besar sikit lah. 2.0 4 cylinder. Mercedes memang macam ni. Mercedes takkan bagi dia punya horsepower dan dia punya newton meter torque sebab dia tahu dia kalah. So dia tak bagi. Saya pun dah lupa lah. This is C300. C300 and then this is apa model dia? C300 AMG line. So dia punya finishing dia punya skirting, dia punya bumper semua AMG. Rims AMG, mungkin dia punya steering kat dalam pun AMG. Ya. Okey, so itu adalah harga Mercedes, harga BMW. Okey, pada kawan-kawan yang nak beli BMW saya bagi apa ni? Bagi amaran sikit. Anda boleh nampak ini model ada warna grey, lepas tu warna biru kan? Okey, grey adalah sebelum tak ada sales tax lah. Yang biru yang bila sales tax masuk, itu tak kisah. Dalam grey, dalam warna grey ni ada dua harga. Satu lebih murah, satu lebih mahal. Yang murah tu adalah kereta tanpa harga waranti tau. So kereta kosong, beli kereta lepas tu engkau jaga sendiri kereta tu. Tak ada waranti. Kita tengok ambil contoh 320i Sport lah. Okay, so kalau kereta yang tak ada waranti, 320i Sport tak ada waranti 239. 239. Kalau nak waranti 252. Okay. Kalau anda pergi website BMW Malaysia, dekat bawah dia ada lagi satu bahagian kat bawah ni. Nak beli waranti Waranti dia ada 3 jenis. 5 years unlimited warranty package. Katakan 3 series 5,900. Lagi satu adalah 5 years 100,000 kilometer service package. Ini untuk servis. Tadi tu warranty, yang ni servis. Berapa harga dia? 3 series. 8,800. And then ada lagi satu. 5 years warranty plus service package. Ni dua-dua sekali. 14,700. So maka tadi harga ke atas tu, harga yang pertama ke atas tu, 3 series without warranty adalah 239, with warranty adalah 252. Sakit kepala. Okey, 15,000 tu macam ni lah. So kalau nak beli kereta murah, tak payah warranty lah. Lepas tu tanggung sendiri. Okey, berbanding dengan Volkswagen Passat, kita tengok yang ni. Apa waranti yang dia bagi kita nak tengok. Bukan Passat, Arteon, sorry. Arteon yang ni saya belum tengok. Saya nak tengok sama-sama lah. And 320i adalah spek kosong BMW 3 series spek kosong. Kalau tak salah meter dia masih analog. Dia punya BMW iDrive kurang sedikit. Saya nak tengok waranti je, mana waranti dia. Okey, 3 years free maintenance. Untuk Volkswagen adalah 3 years free maintenance. 248 tak payah sakit kepala. Apa-apa boleh tukar. So seperti video yang saya buat semalam, 2 hari lepas, Volkswagen Tiguan tu, itu kereta kawan baik saya. 3 tahun apa-apa hal, sposin tak payah keluar. Bawa kereta masuk service center, semua dia buat. Keluar, bayar kosong. Tak payah bayar apa-apa. Okey, dia tukar bateri, dia tukar dia punya tailgate punya arm yang rosak, and then dia tukar screen, display infotainment rosak yang 8 inci. Semua free, sposin tak payah bayar. Yang tu yang best. 3 tahun lah. So for friends who really like to drive, pada kawan-kawan yang suka bawa kereta, yang enjoy bawa kereta, BMW, Mercedes, Volvo ataupun Volkswagen, beli Volkswagen. 3 tahun lah, lepas tu jual. Lepas 3 tahun tak tahu lah, semua anda tanggung lah. So lepas 3 tahun jual, beli lagi Volkswagen yang baru. The Volkswagen are really very nice to drive. So I would really advise or suggest you to buy. Tapi banyak kereta yang banyak orang yang di forum-forum saya banyak kat forum Volkswagen, ada juga kat CX5, Saya tengoklah X70, X50, semua saya masuk. Facebook group semua saya masuk. Saya nak tengok masalah dia. So, kereta-kereta semua ada masalah. Every car has got its own problem, but it can be quite limited or rare or special to only certain cars. Okay, macam katakan kereta CX-5. Okay, let's talk about CX-5. Have you heard of CX-5 exploding the tires? It's a very rare case. I've only seen 2 or 3 complaints on the forum. So ada complain. Tapi 2-3 je. Okay, banyak orang yang complain pasal barang-barang lain. Okay, CX-5, diesel. Okay, so before you buy the car, my suggestion is for you to go into the forum, scour all the comments, complaints, then you know what are the problems for the car, especially if you're buying a second-hand car. So kalau anda nak beli kereta second-hand kan, selalu pergi masuk forum untuk tengok apakah komen-komen, apakah masalah yang biasa untuk kereta tu sebelum anda beli, supaya anda tahulah. Okay, I just saw something. Mr. Ghost, hello. Mr. or Miss Ghost. Ada berapa perempuan kat sini? May I know how many ladies are actually here? Or am I just talking to guys so that I know? Hi, Mr. Ghost. You like all my videos. Thank you very much. Just a question. Between Subaru Forester and XV, which one drives better in terms of ride and handling? Okay. The Forester is a bit higher than the XV. So the center of gravity for XV is definitely much better lah. But both comes with their all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive system. Okay. I asked the salesperson, can you tell me what's the difference between his all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive? Some people are, debating with me that the system for the four-wheel drive for Subaru is different. It's not called four-wheel drive, it's called all-wheel drive. So for me, when I asked the salesperson, they cannot tell me the difference. So I cannot tell you the difference also because I have not found any information. But nonetheless, you know that this car is driving on 4 wheels at all the time. So in terms of ride handling and comfort, not much difference except for when you are actually taking a very fast corner. The body roll for the XV is very slight, more than the Forester body roll is slightly more than the XV. Okay, Mr. Ghost, I hope I've answered your question. If I have not, please clarify so that I can explain a bit more. I enjoy driving both the cars. The Subaru Forester is a bit higher, a bit bigger and wider, whereas the XV is a bit more compact. Both cars are quite nice to drive because of their all-wheel drive system. In terms of fuel consumption, they claim 7.6, I think, per 100 kilometers. So left to be seen. I don't have anybody who are my friends who's driving the Subaru XV or Forester. But do take note, when you buy an XV or you buy a Forester, go check out the second-hand value. So macam mana nak tengok sama ada sesebuah kereta second-hand value dia adalah bagus atau tidak? Kita ambil contoh Subaru XV. Katakan tahun 2016 kan? Dan anda cari sebuah macam kereta yang sama, lebih kurang sama, HRV 2016. So anda pergi cari hargalah, mudah kali semua. Anda boleh nampak bahawa 2016 Subaru XV mungkin 60, 50 lebih ribu. Tapi HRV 70, 69, 70. So anda tahu bahawa dari segi itu dia punya second value ada HRV lebih bagus lah, lebih bagus. Tapi kena ingat bahawa masa kita selling price mungkin HRV adalah 120. Selling price untuk XV adalah rendah sikit, 112, 115. So ada perbezaan di sana ada perbezaan di sana. So you have to check in terms of percentage of losses versus the car, not just the car year. Bukan nak cari tahun saja, kena cari masa anda beli 120 HRV, sekarang masa jual 70. So 50,000 lah rugi ataupun habis lah. And then untuk XV 115, masa nak jual sekarang adalah 55 katakan. So 115, 50, 60, 60,000 rugi. So you can see the difference. Sini rugi 50, sini rugi 60. So kereta XV dia punya second value lebih rendah lah. Ini contoh saja, contoh. Just an example. Okay. Vios atau City? Mr. Jordan Chi. If you are a person who's going to keep the car for 10 years, buy the Vios. If you're a young person just buying the car for fun, buy the City. But of course, the City will lose a bit of value lah. Just like in terms of second value, but not much lah, not much. Maybe about 5,000-6,000. So if you are a person who don't mind losing that 5,000-6,000, the City is a better car to drive, nicer car to drive. You get an aircon vent at the back, anda dapat aircon kat belakang. And then in terms of power, the City handles better than the Vios. The Vios steering is also a bit heavier than the City. But if you have not driven the car back to back, it doesn't matter. If you like, just go with whatever that you like. Setiap kereta when you buy, you have to see apakah keperluan dan kehendak anda lah. In fact, if you are considering City or Vios, go test drive City. Go test drive the Vios first, then test drive the City, and then test drive the Almera for fun. And then you'll be surprised. Maybe you will just buy the Almera. Okay. Between the Vios, City, and the Almera loses out because it's a 1.0 turbo with a 3-cylinder engine. So now we are a bit concerned that 3-cylinder engine over the long time, bila dah lama kan, engine 3 silinder seperti kereta X50, kereta Ativa, kereta Almera, semua 3 silinder. So bila dia 3 silinder, lepas maybe 6, 7, 8 tahun, dia punya engine mounting mungkin akan perlu tukar lah. So itu saja isu. Selain daripada itu, Almera, Ativa dan X50 semua jimat minyak sebab dia adalah 3 silinder saja. Yang paling best adalah City punya engine. The best engine is actually City because City comes with a double overhead cam, almost the same as the Vios lah. But I enjoy the driving and the sound of the City better than the Vios. Okay. Tiguan year 2012 4Motion 2.0 TFSI, is it worth buying? That car should be around 40,000, Mr. Teng. Is that correct? You have to check out the complaints for that car. I don't have much experience with the complaint of that car, so I don't really know. As far as I'm concerned, that 2.0 TFSI was selling in 2012 at 240,000. Imagine you're buying a 9-year-old car and that guy has lost about almost 200,000 for that car. So if you're looking just at the price perspective, it's worth buying lah. It's the thing. So I'm not. You can check out whether they are using the same engine as the current 2.0 Passat. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at engine in terms of what do you call that? Remembering all the engine specs. Yeah. FHS story. Betul. VW memang best drive. Sangat selesa. Oi. Mesti kau lenjan ni Melaka ke Terengganu. Tekan habis lah. You bawa Jetta kan semalam? Saya ingat. Jetta is a very nice car. Very compact, size tak besar sangat, tak kecil sangat. If you go watch this Bobby Ang's video, ini video lama. Masa dia buat review Golf R, Volkswagen Golf R FHS. Dia jumpa seorang kat Ipoh, and then orang India tu tau. That guy has got a Jetta. Dia beli engine, dia beli Jetta, lepas 2 minggu dia pergi modify kereta. Dia kata never mind, I don't care about the warranty. Dia modify kereta, dia punya engine horsepower naik, tak tahulah stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 saya tak tahu. Very interesting. Bang, boleh tak beli kereta cash? Boleh. Anda beli kereta cash bawah 50,000 tak ada hal. Lepas 50,000, kalau anda beli kereta baru, semua dealership kena declare pada income tax. So jangan beli kereta 100,000 cash. Nanti anda akan dijemput minum kopi di LHTN. Macam mana kau dapat 100,000 cash? Kecuali anda berniaga online, anda ada account, anda boleh tunjuk, beli lah, tak apa. Tapi kalau tak ada, jangan. Nanti income tax akan minta semua tahun-tahun lepas punya, habis, pecah kepala. Okay. The Arteon is very, very sexy, yes. Mr. Ace. Same engine as Golf GTI, then should be okay. You can ask this question, Mr. Ting. Go to Uncle Kong, YS Kong. Go to YS Kong driving. Ask him this kind of questions. He will answer you. He will like to answer this kind of questions because he's a very technical person, and he has been with Volkswagen. Rather, he has been having Volkswagen for a long time. You ask him the question, he will answer you. I'm very, very sure. Anybody on TikTok having any question? Ada siapa-siapa? Ada soalan? Tak ada TikTok tak ada orang tengok kita. Alright guys, let's look at the dah lupa dah. Kita nak cerita pasal dealership sikit Ini berita yang saya dapat daripada Proton, okay? You look here, I'm showing you the news from Proton. Honda Malaysia May to July sales 2021 affected or fell 52% year on year. Business chain affected by extended COVID lockdown. So kita boleh nampak kenapa saya tunjuk Honda sebab why am I showing you Honda? Because Honda merupakan bukan kereta nasional lah. Tahun 2019 non-national car Honda adalah sales yang paling best. Kalau tak salah 110,000 ataupun 120,000 unit. Dia menang Toyota tau, Honda. So kita tengok kereta yang paling besar di mana this is what they claim due to poor sales the supply chain, that means all the factories who are actually supplying parts, supplying anything to Honda is affected as well. And the whole supply chain, so from the sales to all the logistics, components and part supplier, everybody is affected. So because of this, siapa yang tanya pasal HRV tadi? Encik Imran Shah. Oleh kerana ini, saya rasa HRV 2022 akan masuk ke Malaysia. Kalau pandemik kita ataupun kalau lockdown kita tak buka dalam 2-3 bulan ni, jangan cerita. Saya rasa Honda HRV akan masuk 2023. Sebab semua supplier, komponen, manufacturer semua dah hancur. Macam mana nak buat? Tak boleh buat. So you need time. So di mana ini adalah satu masalah yang sangat besar. Kita ambil contoh Honda sebab Honda mempunyai 101 dealership di seluruh Malaysia. Honda has got 101 dealership throughout Malaysia, and because of this, you just imagine 100,000 cars, the components needed, and all the component and part suppliers, all maybe would have closed down or gone bust. And imagine having to restart the whole process. It would take a very, very long time. So mungkin 2024 Honda HRV, sangat-sangat sedih. 2024 So dari segi itu, saya rasalah pada kawan-kawan yang nak beli kereta, for those of you who wants to buy car, second-hand cars prices are not really that affected because the sales for second-hand cars during MCO is still very good because the new cars cannot sell. The second-hand cars can still go to JBJ and what do you call it, change, register and yada yada. But for the new cars, okay, untuk siapa yang nak beli kereta baru lah, planning nak beli kereta baru, saya rasa anda duduk dulu, kerajaan akan memberi lebih insentif sebab MAA, Malaysia Automotive Association akan tekan, minta kerajaan untuk bagi lebih insentif supaya mereka boleh menjual lebih banyak kereta untuk mencipta lebih banyak peluang pekerjaan untuk orang-orang Malaysia. So apa yang apa yang akan dibuat oleh MAA adalah untuk tekan kerajaan untuk bagi insentif-insentif lain, mungkin potongan pada duty dan lain-lain selain daripada sales tax. Sales tax is only a very small part. Malaysian car duty is about 42% kalau anda faham 42%. So kalau kita tengok pada harga kereta, katakan kereta Proton X50 lah, Sebab dia CKD, dia punya duty rendah sikit lah. Kalau dia CBU, dia punya apa nama, duty hampir 42%. So no point buying your new cars now, because if you are buying your new cars now, you are only buying the car, you can't go anywhere, tak boleh pergi mana-mana, and then you're just paying for nothing lah, saya rasa lah. Lebih baik tahan sikit, I know. Some of you want to buy car, you want the car now. You get the car now also, there's no point. Like my friend bought a new X50. Apa dia buat kat rumah? Tiada hari lap kereta, cuci kereta, lap kereta, cuci kereta. Sampai bulan, kena bayar installment. Tapi kerja tak boleh buat. So, kecuali anda ada income daripada online, ada income pada sekarang anda ada kerja yang baik, no problem lah, tak ada hal lah. Tapi kalau anda seseorang yang bergantung pada pekerjaan anda, di mana anda tidak tahu risiko kehilangan kerja, baik jangan beli dulu. Ya. Sebab masa boleh beli kereta, saya bagi tahu mesti banyak diskaun. Because when the time opens up, I tell you, when the first opening of this MCO, whether it's to phase 3 or phase 4, a lot of car dealerships will give you a lot of discount because they have too much stock at hand and they need to dispose. Okay, kalau saya seorang peniaga, 2 bulan, 3 bulan saya tak ada income, sekarang saya ada stok, apa saya akan buat bila MCO buka? Saya tak tahu sama ada akan ada MCO yang baru kat depan. So saya akan jual, semua kereta saya jual murah, tak apa. Asalkan macam durian lah. Asalkan saya dapat duit RM2, RM1, jadi lah, tak apa. RM1 sebiji, RM2 sebiji, asalkan dapat duit. Tak mau barang, nak duit je. Supaya dia nak consolidate business lah. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Ghost, you better hold on to your money for now, because at the current moment there's no really a need for buying a new car lah. Yeah, unless you are working, you have a very stable job which is not affected by the MCO. Your income is good. You're selling online. You're making more money. Then go ahead. Of course, go ahead. But let me tell you. Okay, next. Our next live, we'll talk about how to negotiate prices at the when you're buying a new car. Saya akan bagi rahsia-rahsia macam mana nak beli kereta dengan minta diskaun yang maksimal sekali. Okay, ini rahsia untuk fan saya sajalah, untuk follower dan fan saja. So siapa-siapa yang belum subscribe, sila subscribe, sila tekan loceng supaya anda tahu bila kita buat live, anda dapat notifikasi untuk live yang akan datang. Okay. Bos bagi advice kat Datuk Wikasyam, turunkan cukai jalan. Sekarang enjin kecil tapi power. Cukai jalan patut ikut dengan car price. Honda CR-V punya apa ni? Rotex 120 sebab 1.5 lah. Kalau dia sedan RM90 je, macam Honda City RM90, Toyota Vios RM90. Ya memang. Kenapa? Okey, kalau tengok sekarang, okey, kereta lah, misal kata kereta BMW 740 Li ataupun Mercedes S350, kereta agak mungkin 9 tahun, 10 tahun, kereta masih bagus. Tapi kereta dia murah. Kenapa kereta tu murah? Sebab Rotex. Orang yang beli kereta second hand tak boleh tahan bayar Rotex, sebab tu kereta tu murah. So kalau anda betul-betul ada kaya duit, boleh beli kereta macam tu lah. I'll show you an example lah. Saya tunjuk kereta. Kereta yang mahal, kereta yang sisi tinggi, kenapa dia punya Rotex mahal? Sebab semua kereta yang macam tu, 3 liter, 4 liter, 5 liter, macam orang beli Bentley, Rolls Royce, Porsche Cayenne, semua SUV tak banyak efek lah. Bentley dengan macam Rolls Royce ataupun S450, S500, kereta-kereta macam tu semua claim company. So company yang bayar Rotex, bukan personal. Tak banyak orang yang beli kereta macam tu guna personal. Kalau personal tu penuh diri lah, mahal dia punya Rotex. Select car brand, Mercedes. Okay, kita ambil contoh Mercedes lah. Kita tengok S-Class. Okey, kita ambil kereta ni. Tak boleh. Okey. You see this car? This is a Mercedes S300L Ini long wheelbase tau. Masa beli mungkin 600,000, 700,000. Tak sampai 10 tahun Ini adalah 2011, 2011 car. How much is the car? 89,000 je. Beli Vios, kalau beli high spec lebih kurang sama dengan harga kereta ni. Ini S300L tau, Princess Diana yang bawa, orang-orang raja, macam semua menteri yang naik tau. Kenapa kereta ni mahal? Kenapa kereta ni murah? Sebab dia punya road tax mahal. Tapi ini 3.0, 2.0 twin engine. Saya tengok spek dulu sebelum saya cakap nanti salah. Mana dia punya enjinnya? Okey, enjin dia adalah 3 liter. 3 liter still okey. 3 liter masih okey sebab 3 liter road tax kalau 3 liter lebih kurang 3,000 lebih saja, 2,000 sampai 3,000 lebih. Okey. Ada yang road tax kalau bawa 4 liter macam Bentley Continental GT, Bentley Flying Spur 6 liter tu, road tax 18,000, 19,000, mampus. Sekarang boleh jual apa? Saya pun nak jual kereta. Jangan jual kereta lah, ada kereta bawa lah. Jangan jual kereta. Okay, so Seth, who is Seth? Why are you Seth? Bos, bila nak buat review untuk Persona Facelift? Tak boleh lah, Mr. Siva. I can't because all the showrooms are closed. I would love to. Okay, Uncle, bila rasa HRV baru akan sampai? Itulah baru cakap ni. Kalau tengok video saya, anda tahu bahawa harga HRV tak boleh lepas 135,000 sebab harga CRV adalah 138 kan, harga 138. So HRV adalah kelas di mana dia bawah sikit, dia lawan dengan HRV, lawan dengan Subaru XV, lawan dengan Corolla Cross, lawan dengan Mazda CX-3 ataupun CX-30 tak kira CX-30 adalah binatang lain. CX-30 is a premium car. So dia 160, 170 untuk kereta kecil tapi dia lain. Dia punya strategi lain. Tapi CX-3, CX-3 123, 25,000. So the HRV cannot be so expensive. Encik Zazali, harga HRV tak boleh lebih daripada 130,000. Itu untuk high spec. High spec di mana saya cakap dia adalah untuk dia paling tinggi lah. Dia ada Honda Sensing, dia ada safety semuanya. Tapi dari 130 ada spek-spek kat bawah lagi, ada 3-4 spek kat bawah di mana kalau tengok spek yang paling murah, kalau saya rasa 110,000, mungkin 109,888. Tapi dia spek kosong lah. Spek kosong. Tapi anda dapat body baru lah. Body baru, spek kosong. So dia akan 110, 100 mungkin 18, 125 dan paling high spec 133, 134 macam tu je. So there is actually ada 4 spek kan kat Jepun untuk Honda HR-V. Bila nak buat review untuk Persona Facelift, itulah. Bila kalau saya dapat peluang, saya akan pergi buat lah. Tips beli kereta jangan lupa. Itu nanti kena live yang lagi satu Mr. Ghost. Jangan lupa join kita. Macam ni lah, kena bagi yang apa ni, yang bermanfaat di live yang akan datang. Okay. So kita cakap pasal model-model yang akan datang upcoming model. So let's betul. CX-30 bukan untuk orang biasa, untuk orang yang tak betul sikit. Mahal gila. Kalau 170,000, saya beli Volkswagen Tiguan lah. Kalau 170,000, saya beli kereta CR-V Kenapa nak beli kereta kecil macam CX-30? Ya, dia nampak cantik, dia nampak sporty, dalam dia okey, ada kelas sikit. Itu je. Tapi dari segi harga dia tak baloi. Kalau anda betul-betul fan Mazda CX-30, tunggu 2 tahun. You wait for 2 years and then you use CX30. Confirm it will be very much cheaper. Mungkin boleh dapat dari sekitar 110, 115 CX30. Sebab tak ada orang akan beli second hand kereta CX30 pada 140 kau beli CX30 second hand. Tak ada. Tak ada orang akan beli. So dealer akan masuk kereta tu murah. Mungkin dia akan masuk kereta tu 105, 108 and then dia jual 110, 115, something like that. Tak masuk akal lah. Honda CX-30, the pricing is too expensive. Sebab orang generasi sekarang ada yang macam mana? Ada yang dapat duit dengan cara online. So duit dia macam durian runtuh. Dia tak kisah, dia suka kereta tu dia beli lah. But tak banyak. Jiran saya ada, my neighbor, there's one. Ada satu kat jiran, tapi saya tak kenal dia. Kalau saya kenal, saya minta pinjam buat test drive. Apa saya nak cari tadi? Peugeot upcoming model. Sekejap Saya mata tak nampak pakai spek. Okey, siapa suka Hyundai Kona? Hyundai Kona ada launching Hyundai Kona N line. Dia macam BMW M Sport sikit. Yang itu adalah kereta sporty kereta sporty. 160 lebih. So kalau anda seorang yang sporty, anda beli CX-30 ataupun Hyundai Kona. Saya beli Hyundai Kona. Sebab kereta tu adalah sporty. Mana ni? Okey, saya rasalah untuk saya tak boleh nampak cari gambar dia. Okey. So saya rasa for upcoming models Nissan ada SUV baru yang sepatutnya datang tau. Nissan. Saya dah lupa nama dia. Nissan ada satu SUV, saya sudah dibagi tahu oleh salesperson tapi incoming. Sebab Nissan tak ada SUV sekarang kan. Selain daripada X-Trail yang lama tua tu, yang tua gila tu, tua comot, dia tak ada SUV lain. Tapi Nissan ada SUV size HRV dengan Mazda CX-3 punya size. Dia ada. Tapi sepatutnya datanglah, tapi sebab apa nama ni? PKP dia tak boleh masuk. Apa nama dia? Saya dah lupa lah. Offhand. Nissan Kicks. Nissan Kicks. Mana gambar? Hello. Nissan Kicks. Dia adalah cantik tau, cantik. Mazda 5 tahun 2010 sampai sekarang QC memang baik, tapi part mahal sikit. Dulu beli after discount. Boleh lah Mazda 5. Nissan Kicks. Okay, ini gambar dia Nissan Kick. Tengok cantik. Gambar ni tak cantik lah. Saya cari yang cantik. Mengancam ni, mengancam. Tengok. Okay, this is a Nissan Kicks. So kalau ini masuk, harga dia 120 ke bawah, banyak orang akan beli. 125, 130. Tapi hanya strategi untuk Nissan kat Malaysia dia salah sikit. Dia tak tahu buat pricing. So lepas tu dia menyesal. Seperti Nissan Almera lah. Dia letak yang top spec untuk Nissan Almera 91,000. Masa dia lebih daripada 90,000 tu, semua orang tak tengok kereta dia. Tapi sekarang dia bagi diskaun lah. 6,000, 5,000. Sayang. Tapi orang dah beli kereta lain kan. Tak jadi lah. Nissan Rogue besar. Nissan Rogue adalah yang besar, Mr. Ghost. Okey, selain Nissan SUV, Kia Sportage. Ada nampak? Minggu lepas. Kia Sportage. Mazda CX-5? Bukan. Ini Nissan Kicks. Mr. Siva, what do you mean Mazda CX-5? This is Nissan Kicks, bro. Nampak macam CX-5 dari jauh Nissan Kicks. And then Kia ada banyak kereta yang akan datang Kia akan masuk, Kia Sportage, Kia Palisade yang besar tu, mungkin dia akan masuk. And then Kia Carnival. Kalau tengok Kia Carnival yang baru sekarang, boleh lawan Alphard. Dalam barang dia semua boleh duduk 6 orang dengan selesa. Itu best. Okay, and then Hyundai akan bawa masuk Kona N-Line sudah masuk. Hyundai akan bawa kereta-kereta N-Line dia masuk. Tapi belum lagi lah. Toyota ada kereta baru ke? Toyota tak ada lah macam. Honda City hatchback, Honda HR-V, Honda Civic. Banyak orang yang cakap pasal Honda Civic kan. Honda Civic yang baru pun akan masuk, itu pun cantik. Tapi saya rasa oleh kerana saya dah cerita pasal dealership tu, saya rasa mungkin semua ni akan tertangguh sampai akhir tahun 2022 ataupun 2023. Itu yang sedih tu. So anyone, I've seen many people here. Hello. Thank you for joining us for the live. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe. And please click the bell button because in my next live, I will share with you the secrets of how to negotiate discounts with your salesperson. Okay, banyak salesman akan kecam aku. Saya akan bagi secret lah, rahsia yang tak akan membinasakan SA. Sebab sekarang kalau kita tengok tadi dalam report tu banyak SA yang tak ada pendapatan dah sebab tak boleh jual kereta. Semua SA bergantung pada commission kebanyakan. Tapi sekarang nasib baik ada minimum salary lah. Tapi saya tak tahu sama ada mereka ada pay cut atau tidak, saya tak tahu. So kita kena tunggulah Proton S50 yang sedan tu yang akan ganti siapa? Ganti Persona, mungkin tak tahu. And then X90 yang SUV yang 7 orang tu. Itu kalau masuk banyak orang sukalah yang family kan. Newbie pancing. Uncle, adakah Tiguan or Space R-Line masih menjadi favorite? Ya. Dan terbaik as of today. Soalan kedua, apakah pandangan tentang bateri? Okay, newbie pancing. Ya, kereta favorite saya, all time favorite masih lagi Tiguan all space R-Line. Kalau Tiguan biasa dapat pun dah cukup dah. Tak payah sampai R-Line Siapa-siapa yang nak beli kereta SUV, kalau Tiguan sekarang tak ada yang biasalah, all space lah yang 7 orang tu. 1.4 pun dah cukup dah. Kecuali anda nak bawa 7 orang dewasa selalu nak naik genting, mungkin kena beli yang R-Line lah. Kalau tidak, sudah memadai untuk kereta jalan biasa, dah cukup dah. And then soalan kedua, EV kereta EV. So Encik newbie pancing ada 2 jenis Satu kita cakap pasal EV adalah yang macam Honda City RS tu, PHEV atau EHEV. Mana dia adalah hybrid antara petrol dan EV. Lagi satu EV adalah dia pure battery lah, semuanya just electric ni. So kereta kat Malaysia hanya ada mini EV satu. Kereta EV lain tak pernah jumpa, belum jumpa lagi. Mungkin kedua adalah Volvo lah. Volvo akan bawa masuk XC40 punya EV. Tapi itu pun kena tunggu juga. Sangat sedih sebab sebenarnya bosku masa dia dalam pentadbiran dia sudah mula ke arah EV lah, electric vehicle ataupun untuk green vehicle di mana dia bagi insentif banyak pada kereta-kereta hybrid kan. Tapi tidak disambung oleh kerajaan selepasnya. And then sekarang pun siapa ada masa nak pergi tengok kereta polisi otomotif negara, semua akan fokus pada COVID. So sebenarnya sekarang kalau kita tengok Amerika, setengah daripada kereta dia dalam tahun 2030 akan jadi kereta EV. Itu sudah di kerajaan dah buat keputusan 2030. Kalau kita tengok negara Skandinavia macam Finland lah, Norway lah, apalah sana, kebanyakan kereta dia semua dah tukar pada EV dah. So kereta-kereta kat China kita cakap pasal X50, X70, cantik, bagus. Kalau anda betul-betul pergi tengok kereta kat China yang ada EV, brand-brand macam Chang'an, Haval, ada banyak-banyak brand yang saya tak kenal sebab tak masuk Malaysia kan. Kereta dia orang memang canggih gila. Dia punya kereta ada skrin 2-3 yang digital screen 2-3 digital screen, ada screen kat tengah macam Tesla, semua memang cantik lah. So kalau kita tengok kereta kat sana, EV sana, berbanding dengan kereta yang kita dapat daripada Proton ni, X50, X70, kalah. Dia punya interior memang cantik. Nissan Kicks, yes, Prem. Nissan Kicks. Peugeot headlight fang is so ganas. Yeah. So the 208 Ace, the 208 akan jadi kereta pertama lah kalau saya tak salah. It's either the 208 or 2008 for the first car that the joint venture between Berjaya and what's the other one? The owner of Mazda. They will launch that car first. Because that is also the price range that they want to hit, which is about the 100,000, 120,000. So they are fighting for the X50 Pi, the Hyundai Kona, the Kia Seltos, the X50 and all. Okay, Mr. Ranjit Mala, you're talking about the Malaysian Harrier 2021. If you read some of the reviews, the car is actually tuned down in terms of specs and in terms of engine capability, but people who buy the Harrier are people who are just very, very, what's the word? They are sure of what they want. Kereta Harrier ni adalah untuk orang yang sangat-sangat dia sudah tahu apa dia nak. So if you buy a Harrier, you want a car that is very reliable, a car that is not sporty but reliable. Yeah, the Harrier is the most reliable, so to speak, SUV in the market lah. But are you going to pay 248, 250,000? I think that's the price list, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check. Are you going to pay that kind of price for that car? If you think that is good, yeah, by all means, go ahead. Toyota Harrier price, Malaysia. Let's check the price, Mr. Ranjit. It's a nice car. But if you want a new car, but if you don't mind, you can wait for the Recon to arrive, and they'll be much cheaper. Yeah, you're referring to this Harrier, right? Let me check out what's the price. 249. Yeah, I'm not far away. 249. So 249. What car can you buy? You can only buy a GLA. You can only buy a BMW X1. 249, you can actually buy a XC40. You can actually buy a XC40. But in terms of ride handling and comfort, I think the Harrier will be more comfortable as a family car. It's going to be a bit easier to take care compared to the Volvo XC40. But in terms of what do you call that? In terms of driving, if you really like driving, buy my favorite car, Volkswagen Tiguan All-Space R-Line. But please wait for the facelift, not this one, because this one is not a facelift. And then once you buy this, the facelift comes, you will cry like me, because I once bought a Safiro just before the facelift, and then I said I will love I will love my car. But after a while, you see the facelift, then your car becomes old. You become very, very sad. So I sold that car off after 1.5 years, because it was very, very sad driving an old car. Yeah, and you're paying 250,000. That's a lot of money, Mr. Ranjit. So yeah, if you think that is a car for you, you should go for it. But if you want better ride handling and comfort, the Volkswagen. If you want better safety system, I think this Harrier has got pre-crash and all, right? Let's check out the specs. Toyota Harrier 2.0 luxury. There's only one spec. So let's check out the specs. Okay, 16 bar PVTi 2.0, 173 PS, 200 Newton meter torque. So a bit laggy lah, I would say. A bit laggy. In terms of power, it's a CVT with sequential shiftmatic. McPherson in the front, wishbone at the back. Okay, this is the TNGA platform. Ventilated disc, solid disc, yeah. Electric power steering, yes. Yeah, all the LEDs, blah, blah, blah. I'm just checking out the safety system. Okay, you have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, dual zone, 7-inch TFT, 12-way memory seats. Keyless, yada, yada, yada. Okay, you have pre-crash. You have Toyota Safety Sense. So it's as good as your Volvo XC40 lah. So there is not much of advantage for the Volvo. So between the Volvo and the Harrier, if you want a more reliable car, buy the Harrier lah. Easier to maintain, buy the Harrier lah. Okay, there is a traction control, ABS, EBD, ESC, blind spot, yes. Yeah. So if you're asking me, 250,000, would I buy the GLA? Will I buy the X1? Will I buy the XC40? Or will I buy this? Or will I buy the Volkswagen Tiguan? I buy the Tiguan. But if you don't like Continental cars, you want a reliable car, then buy the Harrier. It's quite all right. Okay, I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Ranjit. Is Nissan Leaf already in Malaysia but not suitable for our climate? Yes, it's already here. I've already done the review. Saya dah buat review, cari video saya 2-3 kali dah saya buat walk around lah, test drive lah, semua dah buat lah. Bunyi kereta tu macam peti sejuk macam peti sejuk. It's quite a nice car to drive. Dia punya power agak kuat juga. Tapi dari segi kalau anda nak bawa dari Melaka pergi ke Pulau Pinang, the system here is this, because there is a range anxiety kan. If I'm not mistaken, it's only about 200 kilometers kalau tak salah. So untuk Nissan dia pandai. Anda boleh bawa kereta Nissan Leaf ni ke mana-mana satu dealer Nissan di Malaysia. Katakan anda bawa dari sini sampai ke Kuala Lumpur ataupun ke, I think that's as far as you can go lah, to KL or to Ipoh, and then you stop your car, you drive into a Nissan dealership, you tell him, I want to go to Penang, but now I need to charge my car. You charge my car, they will give you a complimentary car, or they will give you a courtesy car where you can drive the car to Penang. I think it's a Nissan X-Trail. I think a Nissan X-Trail. So you can actually do that. So because to cover the range anxiety lah, because you are a VIP customer, you know, Nissan Leaf is not cheap, 200,000. Hi, good evening, Mr. Mark. Yeah, but it's a very interesting car to drive. The ride handling and comfort, the power dia banyak tau, power dia quite good. So it's quite nice. Yeah, Mr. Siva, 2 bulan tak ada sale, so macam mana? Kena side income lah, jual apa? jual sambal udang ke dalam botol ke apa untuk buat online business mungkin. Mr. Kumaran, what is your opinion on Peugeot 5008? Wait for the new one. The new one is very nice. Not the 5008, not 508. 5008 is the same as 3008. It's only about how many? I think 18 centimeters longer. If you check out my video on the 5008, it's only about 18 centimeters longer so that they can actually extend the car to put the third row of the seat. And you can see the third row is actually for kids and not for adults. So if you have kids, then you can actually put it in. It's quite a nice car to drive. But between the Peugeot and the Tiguan, all space, please bear in mind that you will lose more money in terms of resale value. But if you're buying the car to keep for maybe 6-7 years, then shouldn't be a problem. By then, a lot will be even up for the 5008. I think now they're going to give fantastic offer. You wait a few more months. If MCO continues for another 2-3 months, they're going to throw the car at you and they're going to beg you to buy the car. 5008. The interior is all the same for 3008 and 5008. In fact, the DS7 has got a lot of same components as the 5008 and 3008. So it's quite a nice car to drive. Yeah. Power rating is almost as good as the Tiguan 1.4. 1.4, not the 2.0. Yeah. Mr. Mark, thank you very much for following my channel. Everybody here, there's 24 of you. Please click like and click the bell icon as my promise. Next live, I'll teach you how to negotiate prices or find out prices with when you're buying a new car to get the best discount without killing the sales advisor because right now all the salesmen are also having difficulty in getting income. But there are ways to actually get what do you call it, discounts without killing the salesman. There are ways. I will share with you the secret next week when I do my next live. Yeah. So, Mr. Mark, have you reviewed the Volvo S90 T5? I'm thinking of getting a 2018 model. S90 T5, no. That is the petrol engine. I have not driven that. I've driven the S90 T8, the hybrid one. Yeah. How much are you getting the car for, Mr. Mark? 2018 model, 3 years old. That car is selling for currently, I think, what? How much is that? I did a review of the car in the showroom, the black color one, but I can't remember the price. Let me check out the price. Volvo S90 T5 price. Malaysia. Yeah, another question, Mr. Ranjit. I own a Mercedes GLE, but some people say it is not worth it. Is it true? Well, you already own it, so no question, unless you want to sell it. So when you want to sell it, then the second-hand value or the resale value comes into play. But when you're actually driving that kind of luxurious SUV, well, you don't bother. You just enjoy the drive. Is it, what year is that, the GLE? Is it the current model? Okay, the T5, S90 T5 Momentum is 319 on the road. On the road. But the T8 is 368. So let's check out the second value. Where's my car list app? S90 T5 2018. Oh, then no worries, Ranjit. You can keep the car for another 5-10 years. Current model. People can say whatever. Most important is you must like the car. I used to drive some cars and people say, you crazy, buy this kind of car. But you enjoy driving, so no problem. S90 T5. Okay, 2018 S90 T5. Sisma is selling the car for 233. Who's asking me the question? Mr. Mark. 233, right? Or 201. 201 is quite okay. Right? Oh, there's one 218, 2019 car. So I think all the dealers are actually 198. You can even get a 198 here. This is 198. 2018. Mileage is 30 to 35,000. This is by whom? I think this is also by Volvo. Dealer, by dealer. This dealer in KL. 208. Yeah, I think 2019 is selling for 208. Yeah, Mr. Mark, 201 is quite attractive price. You please check Muda and please check Carlis. If you want, you can also go Chari Cars and all the rest. But I think Carlis is the best for me because a lot are verified. But Muda, many things are not verified. So please check out and then go bring somebody to really look around the car, to really check the car out. If you really like a Volvo, it is very, very worth the money. But hello, Mr. Albostans. Good evening. Iriz facelift is overbought. No, there are three versions. Albostans. If you watch the replay of this live, you'll see that there are actually three what do you call it? Three version. Only the active, the highest, is a bit overdoing it lah with all the cladding, but the rest are almost the same as the current model. What do I want to check? I want to check the current GLE. GLE Mercedes Malaysia. It's a very nice car. Very, very nice car. Very slow lah. Some of these car websites, they're very slow and then they ask you to accept all the cookies. Are you thinking of changing your car, Mr. Ranjit? Or are you buying another one? Oh, you're buying your wife the Harrier, is it? Hmm. I've not really seen GLE in real life, no? Oh, for your mother. Would the car, how old is your mom? Is the car a bit too big, Mr. Ranjit? How old is your mom? If your mom is above 60, then I would feel the car may be a bit too big. But if she's okay in handling those kind of big cars, then no problem. Wow, just Google Tiguan is a SUV version of the, it's the Tiguan 2022 will be a very nice upgrade because of the new steering. We are so bored of looking at the old steering. Otherwise, the Volkswagen now has improved everything. All the like the new Arteon comes with a new steering and all the new dashboard. That's very good. Oh, she's 60. Her birthday is in December. So you're thinking of buying her a new car. Wow. Why is she driving now, Mr. Ranjit? 60, yeah? Oh, very good son, are you? 60 should still be able to handle those kind of cars if she is very mobile and okay. If she's currently driving a CRV, then no problem lah. No problem. I think she would enjoy the Lexus. Lexus, yeah, correct. Toyota Harrier. Mr. Mark, I don't think the 2022 Tiguan will come with ADAS because in Malaysia, if you bring in the Tiguan R with ADAS into Malaysia, the car will cost almost 400,000. So it won't be able to sell. Volkswagen's approach to selling cars in Malaysia is very simple. They want to sell as many cars as possible, so their prices must be very competitive. So you look at how they price the Passat. They price the Passat just below the Camrys now. So they are very aggressive, trying to whack the market in Malaysia. That's why you see more Passat B8 than Camrys on the road right now. Honda Accord. Honda Accord is in fact a very rare car on the road right now. Kereta Honda Accord sekarang macam kereta rare, macam beruang panda. Dah nak apa ni? Dah nak pupus. MK7, Type R, MK7, Volkswagen MK7. Let me just check. Can't really read. Hello, Autocar Malaysia. Are you the magazine Autocar? Yes, Bostan's Arteon is better. Arteon is a very much nicer car. Mr. Ranjit, you want to ask whether the BMW 3 Series, is it better than the Arteon or not? If you're talking about the 320i versus the Arteon wins. If you're talking about the 330i, the 330i is an M Sports. Please remember, whenever a BMW has got M Sports, it comes with a very stiff suspension and a very heavy steering. So with that in mind, the BMW 330i is a bit front back heavy. So the steering, the handling is not as planted as the Arteon. In terms of quality, build quality, I think the Arteon is slightly better than the BMW. Yeah. So if at that price, 248,000, nobody can beat the Arteon in terms of build quality, in terms of ride handling, and comfort, in terms of performance. Yeah. And Arteon is a very sexy car. The 3 Series is just a normal car only, not really a looker also. Even the 5 Series is not impressive at this current moment. Compared to the F10, the F10 is a kind of a breath of fresh air when you look at the design. But when this G30 came or G20 came, nothing special. My buddy in Taipei just got a Tiguan R. Yes, raving about it. Oh, Tiguan R, that is 300 horsepower, 450 Newton meters of torque, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the Tiguan R is very, very nice. But unfortunately, Malaysia boleh. They're not going to bring it in. I don't think they'll bring it in because you look at even the Golf R, how many Golf R has been sold in Malaysia? Probably less than 20 units. The Recon Golf R is also in Malaysia. So the prices are much cheaper. So that's why they're finding it a bit tough in selling the R spec cars in Malaysia. So Volkswagen's marketing is always mass. In Malaysia, is always mass. Try to get the price as low as the competition and then sell mass. Mr. Kumaran, best SUV for the family. Volkswagen Tiguan All Space. 1.4 or the R line, your choice. That's for me lah. Second choice, Honda CR-V. Third choice, if value for money, probably Proton X50. But Proton X50, bear in mind, you may go into the workshop a few more times. Yeah. Should bring in the Tiguan R instead of just the R line. Malaysians cannot afford. Malaysians won't pay for it, Mr. Agostens. That's why That's why Malaysians a bit funny. If it's a Mercedes with the AMG badge, they will pay for it. You look at the A45. Many people are buying the A45, 400 or 1,000. They are buying it because it's a Mercedes 3-point star. But Volkswagen, they may not. Ranjit, I wish you all the best in buying the car for your mom. Please come back and watch the next live where I teach you how to negotiate for the prices first. Yeah. Anyway, her birthday is in December, and November is the best time to buy cars lah. Because November they are also trying to clear stock, but I think this November is going to be a super mega sale for all the car dealers because they cannot sell their cars. Yeah. Mr. Mark, you agree? Arteon is ahead of others. Yes. 2 years ago already in Korea. In Korea itself, 2 years ago you watch all the K-drama, right? The Arteon has been making its way in Korea already. Arteon bang for your buck. Yes, I agree. LHGN tu sengaja je nak rompak duit kita. Tak apalah kalau anda boleh tunjuk, Cik Zim kalau anda boleh tunjuk di mana datang duit anda dan anda telah bayar cukai yang sepatutnya, then tak ada hal lah, tak ada hal, boleh. Tapi pada saya kalau nak beli kereta lah, katakan 100,000 kan. Anyone, you're buying a car at 100,000, you're trying to buy cash. My suggestion to you is to break down your payment into 3 or 4 parts. Kalau anda tidak bayar lebih daripada 30,000 setiap kali lah untuk beli kereta tu, issue 4-5 cek lah, tak apa. Katakan kereta tu 100,000 kan, issue cek di bawah 30,000 supaya anda tidak you don't kind of like alarm the banks, because bank ada, kalau local bank lagi teruk tau. Local bank I think dia punya limit 25-30,000 je. So kalau dia ada cek yang lebih 30,000, sekali, 2 kali, dia akan bagi inform HQ. HQ akan call AMLA unit lah untuk cek ini dan itu, dan anda mesti kena punya. Bank akan call, lalu Cik Zim, anda bayar kita ni kenapa beli cash? Macam mana datang duit? Belum LHGN, bank sudah call. Bahagian AMLA. Sekarang banyak bank ada AMLA department mah. We are Autocar Malaysia. We make content about automotive and right. Oh, very good. Thank you for coming to our live, Autocar Malaysia. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Terima kasih. Setback for VW is the DSG transmission. Actually, the DSG transmission now with the wet clutch, not much of a problem lah. Mr. Vic 248, not much of a problem because as you have seen my test drive video of the Volkswagen Tiguan, it also depends on your driving style. Only at lower speed you will have that a bit of jerking. If you are a bit of aggressive driver, your feet is very aggressive, and you keep stepping and letting go, stepping and letting go. At low speed you have that jerking for that DSG gearbox. But if you are a very light-footed driver like me, you won't feel that jerk when you are actually driving it slow. So not much of a problem for me lah. Elbow stand smart. Oh, you're buying a Arteon, Mr. Elbow Stands. Congratulations. Sure, Autocar, I will support you. Uncle, the Proton X50 need the power tailgate or not? I think you can pay 3,000 and you can get it, Mr. Ranjit. You can pay $3,000 and get the power tailgate. There is a package for it. In fact, if you were to do it outside OEM, I think it's about 1,500 to 2,000 ringgit, depending on whether you have the kick function or not. If you have the kick function, it's probably about 2,000. Without the kick function, it's only about 1,500. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. What question am I in? Yeah. Malaysia very hot lah, Mr. Elbow Stands. You don't need the panoramic sunroof. Very hot. You have to spend extra money just to thin your what do you call that? Or your sunroof. Not worth. Agak-agak boleh tak beli kereta 3 Series through 2009? Cepat rosak tak? 2009 adalah F30 kan? F30. Cepat rosak atau tidak? Kita tengok apa harga dia. 2009. Oh, sorry. Bukan 2019, saya nampak 2019. Darabun. 2009. Saya ada apa? E90. Kereta tu okey. Tapi dari segi wear and tear lah, kena check dia punya getah-getah tu, wear and tear. Yeah, 209 is E30 because my E90. My E90 was a 2010 or 2011. 2010 car. Yeah. That car should be about 50 lebih 60 ribu. Kita check BMW 320i 2009. Oh, harga dah turun. 33,000 saja. 33,000 only. 33,000 saja. Agak murah. Tapi kena check apa yang penting. Yang facelift lebih cantik lah. Beli yang facelift 36,000. Mileage 70,000 yang ni. Kereta saya macam ni tapi warna space grey lah dulu. My car was like this but it was in space grey color. You have to check the aircon vents. Okay, my aircon vent after a while kind of like melted. Cik Z kena check aircon vent dia punya dashboard. Yang facelift dia ada, kena check tau, dia ada iDrive dengan yang tak ada iDrive. Yang ada iDrive baru sikit lah, lebih mahal lah. Yang tak ada iDrive boring lah. Kita mesti nak iDrive mah. Volkswagen tahan tak? Volkswagen lama kalau nak tengok Volkswagen Tiguan lama 40 lebih tadi ada orang tanya 2012. VW tahan tak? VW kena cari orang yang ada tukar barang pada masa yang betul lah. Orang yang tak tukar sekali dia jual kereta kan, semua hancur. Susah juga. You must bring a good mechanic lah. Kena cari mekanik yang baik untuk cek kereta tu. The large wheel arch cladding is a sore eye. Yeah. For the iriz, yeah. Would you advise remapping ECU stage 1 for my 2010 Mitsubishi Grandis? I won't know. I won't be able to give any advice on that. Your Mr. Mark, your Grandis. You still keeping the car? You still want to keep the car? Wow, that's a very nice car. The Grandis is a very nice MPV. Mr. Teng, you're considering a E90 325i. E90 325i. They also have the 323 during that time, the E90. Very interesting. BMW 3 Series 47K cash je. Settle. Boleh lah. Tapi 2009 dia lebih murah kat sini tau sekarang. Harga dah turun. Jangan bayar lebih. Tapi kalau yang ada iDrive, yang ni berapa? 36,000 je. 2009 lah. Tak tahu ada iDrive ke tidak yang ni. Ada tak? Facelift dia tak tulis ada iDrive ke tidak. Multifunction dia tak tulis. 2010 kita cek. Pergi cek kat Kalis lah untuk tahu harga-harga. Ada banyak harga kan. Cik Z. The inline 6, Mr. Teng. The inline 6, the sound is very nice. Even for the 32i is good enough. I actually enjoy the sound when you rev the car on the highway. Oh, it's short, boy. Autocar Malaysia, thank you very much for your kind words. Uncle, Nissan Almera, why the wheel uncovered? The inside of the wheel looks messy. That one you have to ask Nissan lah. Nissan Almera, the wheel not covered. I don't remember. I'm quite a fussy fella, but I don't remember why the wheel not covered. Nissan Almera. Let's take a look. Nissan Almera. Images. Your question is, Why the wheels uncovered? What do you mean, why the wheels uncovered, Mr. Ranjit? To me, it looks okay, not too bad. I don't know. Looks messy. Which B segment sedan would you suggest for young men who just start to work to buy? You want a B sedan. B segment, what are we talking about? We are talking about what cars are you referring to? Go Ju Huan. Give me some options, then I will probably share some thoughts with you. Vios, City, Almera. City RS versus Almera. Wow. Price difference is a lot, eh? Depending on where you drive, Mr. Nagamurti. If you drive just on city roads, you're not driving very long distance, Almera is enough. Almera will surprise you in terms of cabin quietness, the steering responsiveness. I think the steering is slightly more responsive than the CTRS. Okay, Go Ju Huan. Vios, Honda City, or Almera? Very simple. You want to buy a car that can last long in terms of maintenance, Vios. Okay. Honda City is more for performance. You want to enjoy driving, you want more power. Honda City will give more power. Almera will give you more power, enjoy driving, but the only concern is a 3-cylinder car, whether after 5-6 years, the engine bracket will all give way. But if you're keeping it for 5 years and below, the Almera will also do well. Okay, but on a long distance drive, I think the Almera and the City will be more enjoyable to drive versus the Vios. Because the Vios a bit more sluggish, a bit underpowered, I would feel. Okay, let's go back. I missed some questions. Well maintained, useful when need to carry more. Yeah, Mr. Mark, your Grandis. If you're happy, you're maintaining it well, then should be okay. Encik Hasbullah, been looking at CRV 2018 secondhand, still no less than 105, even from Johor dealer. Should wait? Yeah, you should wait. If you're really in love with the Honda CRV, I would think that once the HRV comes out, the price will drop. Because everybody won't buy the CRV, everybody will go for the HRV. The inside, Mr. Ranjit, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't remember the inside of the wheels. Mr. Naga, I've answered your question. Go Juhan, have I answered your question? Please let me know. Yes, thank you. Okay. Autocar Malaysia, you're just beginner. Okay. Wish you good luck. Okay. Anybody here? Any questions? So, guys, thank you very much. It has been 2 hours. We've been live, and it has been an enjoyable time for me. I hope to see you all next time of our live. I'm not sure when I will do it again, but I would definitely put out a message before I do the next live, because these are just testing out. Because currently, not much car to actually review. I thought I'd do a live, and for the fun of it, yeah. Honda Jazz. Yeah, Autocar Malaysia. What about Honda Jazz? Honda Jazz is saying goodbye. Any one of you who likes the current Honda Jazz, please go buy it now. Otherwise, you're not gonna see it anymore. the new Jazz is not going to come to Malaysia because I think it's a hybrid car, a fully hybrid car. So Malaysia's acceptance rate of the hybrid car is not that good yet. So that's why Honda decided not to bring it in and to replace it with the city hatchback. But of course, now it's stuck because of MCO. Siapa kerja Octa FX, Cik Zim? Yeah, thank you very much, Encik Zazali. Mr. Ghost, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us. Thank you for clicking the like button. And I hope to see you all again soon. And please enjoy your weekend. I see you again. Bye-bye. Good night. Any last questions? I will be answering it. Hello? Okay, see you all again. Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, everybody. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, TikTok.